Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive.
Always exciting to jump into a new topic.
This time we're going to be looking at something I think everyone in SEO is always kind of thinking about,
Yeah, can't get away from it, right?
the Google algorithms, and
Specifically, the August 2024 update.
which has been making a lot of noise.
Yeah, especially if you're a small publisher or, just like me.
If you love to, see those independent voices out there and you really want to find them,
So we thought we'd dive into search engine lands coverage on this.
and they even have some quotes from John Mueller himself.
Always love to hear it from the source.
Absolutely. Now this update is interesting because it's not,
Just a tweak.
yeah, it's really addressing something that happened way back in September 2023,
Oh, yeah, the helpful content update.
which was
Google trying to deal with AI-generated content.
And that's when, we saw this kind of unintended consequence
A little bit of fallout, yeah.
where small publishers who are creating genuinely good content
Getting caught up in it. Yeah, their rankings were taking a hit.
because the algorithm couldn't really tell the difference.
It's tough, right? Imagine putting your heart and soul into something.
And then Google's like, oh, this looks like spam.
But here's where it gets really interesting.
Okay, tell me.
Google actually admitted
Oh, wow.
that they heard these concerns.
They don't usually do that, do they?
Not very often.
Acknowledge the little guy you know.
And they even went so far as to update their guidance on how to deal with.
With these impacts from the core updates,
So it's like, okay, they're hearing us.
maybe feeling a little bit of the heat,
Could be. Maybe from regulators or even just like realizing, hey,
We need that diversity.
we need those voices.
Yeah, absolutely.
So for you, the listener out there,
Thinking about what this means for them.
yeah, I mean, if you are someone who really values, finding that unique content
Those little gems out there.
from smaller creators, this could be a really good thing.
Yeah, it's almost like Google saying, hey, we want to make sure that,
You're being rewarded for your efforts.
yeah, if you're putting in the time, you're creating something valuable,
Big or small, we see you.
we see you.
And it's not just a quick fix either.
Yeah, this seems a little more long-term,
Like they're really trying to focus on the long game here.
putting in the work.
And, John Yeller actually said,
Oh, yeah, let's hear it.
this update is designed to continue our work to improve the quality of our search results
Okay.
by showing more content that people find genuinely useful
So not just.
and less content that feels like it was made just to perform well on search.
So really targeting that, people trying to game the system.
Exactly.
Interesting.
So it's not about finding like the secret loophole.
No magic bullet.
It's about really creating something people want.
That's really going to help them.
Which brings us to a really important point.
Yeah, what's that?
Helpful content is still king.
That's always the core of it, isn't it?
It is like no matter what SEO, magic you try to do,
You can't get around it.
you can't get around that.
You got to have a quality there.
But you got to have the qualities.
So we got to figure out what makes content truly helpful.
Right. And I think we've all seen those websites that are like,
Just keyword stuffed.
oh my God.
You could tell it's just trying to rank.
And, John Mueller also mentioned something really interesting.
Oh, what's that?
He said this latest update takes into account the feedback we've heard
So they're listening.
from some creators and others over the past few months.
They're actually paying attention.
As always, we aim to connect people with a range of high-quality sites,
Okay.
including small or independent sites that are creating useful original content
Yes.
on relevant searches.
Okay, so they're not trying to,
Get rid of the little guys.
squash the competition.
This is an area we'll continue to address in future updates.
So they're committed to it.
They are.
Long haul?
Long haul. They're in it for the long haul.
This is good news.
But, it's not all sunshine and roses.
What do you mean?
Because there's no magic button to recover if you've taken a ranking hit.
Oof. Yeah, Google's been pretty clear about that.
They have. They've explicitly said that.
So you can't just snap your fingers.
And suddenly you're back on top.
So this means you got to really understand how these updates work.
Yeah, it's not just about, blindly following the rules.
It's about understanding the why behind them.
Right. And being able to adapt.
Yeah, constantly evolving, right?
It's a good dance.
A dance with Google.
Yeah, trying to keep up with their steps.
But also, staying true to yourself.
To your own voice and style.
Absolutely.
But let's put this update into perspective with some of the other recent ones.
Okay, yeah, because it's been a bit of a roller coaster.
It has. Remember March 2024?
Oh, yeah, that was a big one.
That was massive.
The largest ever, they said.
Largest ever, and a lot of sites that got hit by that September 2023 update.
hoping for some relief.
They were really hoping that March 2024 was going to be like, oh, things are going to turn around.
But for a lot of them, it didn't happen.
So this August update could be
Their chance
yeah.
to finally see some improvement.
Like, okay, maybe this is gonna be the one.
It's like they're building on what they've learned.
Yeah, they're refining it.
Fine-tuning.
And you can bet that SEO experts and publishers are watching very closely
Oh, yeah. Everyone's glued to their analytics right now
to see how it unfolds.
to see if this update is going to live up to the hype.
Will it be a win for the little guy?
I guess we'll find out.
Stay tuned.
It's pretty wild to think about, where all this is headed.
Yeah, it really makes you wonder,
With all this AI content popping up,
is this update going to be like the turning point?
is this going to bring us back to, real human-created content?
Yeah, are we going to embrace the robots, or are we going to be like, no,
Humans are where it's at.
we need that human touch?
It's like Google saying, you know what?
We actually want to see those unique perspectives.
Yeah, that passion you put into it.
You know, the stuff that really helps people.
That's what makes content good.
Exactly. And that's something that you, as the listener,
You have power here
you can actually be a part of.
by supporting those creators.
Are seeking them out.
Yeah, the ones who are putting in the work.
You're basically saying,
This is what I want to see more of.
I want more of this online.
So think about it. What kind of content do you like?
What really grabs you?
What are those voices that you just,
I got to hear more from this person.
Yeah, those are the creators who are worth,
Amplifying.
giving them that boost.
And this update could really help them do that.
It's like a springboard.
Yeah, and this is all happening right now.
It's rolling out.
It's rolling out as we speak.
It's going to take about a month, though, right?
Yeah, about a month to fully integrate.
So buckle up.
It's going to be a slow burn.
A slow motion earthquake.
Yeah, those tremors are starting,
Are we going to see those aftershocks?
rippling out over the next few
It's
weeks.
going to be fascinating to watch.
Yeah, who are going to be the winners?
And who's going to,
May not do so well.
yeah, who's going to come out on top after all this shakes out?
Well, if we look at what we've talked about so far,
Seems like the people who are focused on quality,
yeah, user-centric content,
really thinking about their audience.
the ones who are really trying to help,
Yeah, providing value.
I think they're going to be in a good spot.
They've built a solid foundation.
Exactly.
This update's just going to reinforce that.
It's like, okay, you're doing the right things.
Keep it up.
Keep it.
It's a good reminder for everyone, though, right?
Absolutely.
Focus on your audience, create good stuff, and you'll be rewarded.
It's like the classic
Hard work pays off.
hard work pays off.
No shortcuts.
No magic tricks.
Just good old-fashioned,
Elbow grease.
putting in the effort.
Creating something valuable.
I love that.
I love that too.
It's about the long game.
Yeah, building that trust with your audience.
Becoming that go-to source.
The authority.
This update just really drives that home.
But let's be real.
What do you mean?
Not everyone is happy about this.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure there were some people who were like,
Oh, no.
this is not good for me.
Especially those publishers who maybe,
Relied on some older tactics.
or haven't really embraced this whole,
Helpful content thing.
yeah, change can be scary.
Especially when your income depends on it.
Absolutely.
It's understandable to feel a little bit, ankly.
nervous about it. But it's a reminder that we got to stay flexible.
Yeah, we got to keep learning and adapting.
Yeah, like Google's not going to stop changing.
Dude, we can't either.
It's like walking a tightrope, right?
Trying to stay balanced,
Yeah, keep up with Google
but also stay true to yourself.
and what you're trying to do.
It's a challenge,
It is.
but I think that's what makes it exciting.
It does.
We got to stay informed, analyze the data, and be ready to pivot.
Yeah, this is just another chapter.
In the ongoing saga, the evolution continues.
Yeah, it's a wild ride sometimes.
But that's the fun of it, right?
I guess so. I mean, it keeps things interesting, but it also makes you wonder,
How do we keep up?
yeah, how do we as creators or even just, people who want to find good content online?
Navigate all this change?
Yeah.
Well, I think in a way, this constant change is good for us.
Oh, how so?
It pushes us to be better,
Yeah.
more creative, more focused on actually providing value.
It makes you think outside the box.
Exactly. We can't just get complacent.
Yeah.
We got to keep learning, experimenting.
Always improving.
Yeah, always refining what we do.
And at the end of the day, isn't that what it's all about?
Creating something that matters.
Yeah. Content that resonates, that helps people, that inspires them.
Absolutely. And this update really reminds us that even with all the algorithms and SEO stuff,
It always comes back to the human element.
yeah, the connection you make with your audience,
Creating something that speaks to them, that answers their questions.
that makes them feel something.
So we've covered a lot in this deep dive.
We have.
We talked about Google's August 2024 update.
The impact it might have on those small publishers out there.
This whole idea of helpful content
What it really means.
and this, constant dance between creators and the algorithms.
Trying to stay one step ahead.
But before we wrap up,
I love a good cliffhanger.
I want to leave you with one final thought.
Okay, hit me.
If Google's really emphasizing useful content,
Which it seems like they are.
what do you think deserves more visibility online?
What are those hidden gems that need to be brought to the surface?
What voices, what stories, what information do you think should be amplified?
That's a good question.
Think about the content that you find helpful. The creators you love.
What makes them stand out?
Is it their expertise, their passion, their unique point of view?
Their ability to connect with you on a personal level?
Because at the end of the day,
We all have a role to play
in shaping this online world.
in making it a more valuable and meaningful space.
So that's a wrap on this deep dive, folks.
Thanks for joining us.
We had a great time exploring the world of Google algorithms with you.
And all the twists and turns that come with it.
Keep those creative juices flowing.
And we'll catch you on our next deep dive.
See you then.